Have you ever wondered who the very first people on Earth were? Not just ancient civilizations like the Egyptians or Romans, but the original tribes, the pioneers who first walked this planet. Let's journey back in time, hundreds of thousands of years, to meet our earliest ancestors. The story begins in Africa, the cradle of humanity. This is where our species, Homo sapiens, first emerged around 300,000 years ago. For millennia, we lived as small nomadic groups of hunter-gatherers. Imagine a world untouched by cities, roads, or farms. A world where survival depended entirely on your knowledge of the land, the movement of animals, and the changing of the seasons. These weren't just cavemen. They were intelligent, adaptable people with complex social structures and deep spiritual beliefs. Life was a constant dance with nature. Men would often hunt large game, a dangerous but vital task that required incredible teamwork, courage, and sophisticated stone tools. Women were typically the primary gatherers, possessing an encyclopedic knowledge of edible plants, medicinal herbs, and water sources. This gathering wasn't a lesser role. It often provided the most reliable and consistent portion of the group's diet. Everyone, from the youngest child to the eldest elder, had a role to play. Elders were the libraries of the tribe, holding generations of wisdom, stories, and survival techniques. They didn't have written language, but they had art all around the world. From the caves of Lascaux in France to the rock shelters of Australia, our ancestors left their mark. They painted stunning images of animals, hunts, and abstract symbols. Were these hunting magic, spiritual visions, or simply the first expressions of the human need to create and tell stories? We may never know for sure, but these paintings are a direct window into their minds, a message across the ages. Around 60,000 years ago, a small group of these modern humans embarked on the most incredible journey in history. They walked out of Africa. Why? Perhaps climate change, a search for new resources, or simple curiosity drove them forward. Over tens of thousands of years, they spread across the globe. They crossed the arid deserts of the Middle East, navigated the coastlines of Asia, and built rafts to reach Australia. They trekked across the frozen land bridge into the Americas and populated 2 new continents. As these groups traveled, they adapted to vastly different environments. Those who settled in the freezing north learned to hunt mammoths and build shelters from bone and hide. Those in lush rainforests mastered the use of poisons for their arrows and found medicine in the jungle's pharmacy. This incredible adaptability is the hallmark of our species. With each new land they settled, new cultures, new languages, and new traditions were born. So, who were the first tribes? They were explorers, innovators, artists, and survivors. They were our many times great-grandparents. The San people of southern Africa, the indigenous Australians, and countless other groups around the world carry on traditions that stretch back to these first pioneers. Their stories are our stories. The legacy of these first tribes isn't just in our DNA. It's in our shared human spirit of curiosity, resilience, and the desire to connect with one another. Thanks for joining this journey back to the dawn of humanity. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories about our incredible past. See you next time.